Heuntz here, and welcome back to Stardew Valley, where we play Stardew Valley and talk history all at the same time. Apologies that we lost last Friday's episode. I was exhausted. It's been a week. It's gonna be more of a week, so I do apologize, but we're back, and today we'll be... Ooh! Thank you, Linus. We got a Monkey Roll. That's so nice of him. That was actually really nice of him. Hey, coffee! Yay, we got coffee. Ooh, more coffee. We only have, wow, one more day left. Oh no, those are Corona time. We have one more day left of the season. Oh, Butchers has no milk right now. Poor Butchers. Yeah, there's one more day left in the season, and then we'll be going into summer. Who is excited for summer? Whew. So today we'll be talking about the American Revolution, thanks to Turning Shepherd, who asked a question of... What's up? Oh god, our chickens got out. No, our chickens got out. No. Back inside you go. Everyone's getting happy. Aww. Oh, we gotta feed them. Feed them some hay, because they need some hay. So you don't have an automatic feeder for them. Yet. Ooh, closest. You have some coffee though. So that's nice. We'll check all the plants down below. Cherries will be fine for one more day. We can get 3 on the branch. Ooh, one last strawberry to harvest to end the season. Luckily for us, coffee will last the entire season. But when summer comes, we will be redoing the entire layout of the farm. So expect the episode to be kind of busy. Thus, and a lot of people liked it, we will continue, at least this time, the discussion... Oh god, no. Give me back my... The... What's it called? Crud, I can't think. Voiceover. The voiceovers. With the artisan, even gold milk will sell even better. Now let's put our plants away. Well, yeah, our harvest. Boom, boom. 42 strawberries this season. Not bad. Not bad, and a lot of coffee. Of course, not that much parsnips though. In the end, not that much parsnips. Some tulips. Everyone loves those tulips. I'll see myself out now. They're not stacking. The blue jazzes, why don't they stack? I know this looks are they just different colors? Like, is there something special about them? Okay. Well, I'll give a blue jazz to somebody, I guess. No idea what I'm gonna do with those. Okay. Got random blue jazz. But as I was saying, we're gonna be having a voiceover to cover the American Revolution, thanks to Turning Shepherd. But to begin with, we'll be covering one of the most famous generals during that time. Who are you? We got some iridium ore! Oh, we've been looking for that iridium goodness, you guys. We got some iridium goodness. Yes, we needed that. We really needed that. We got 2. Then we can make iridium ore, which makes this. We need 1 iridium bar to make an iridium sprinkler. They're the best sprinklers in the game. We needed that. So, yay! But yeah, we'll be talking about Lafayette. So you guys just sit back, relax, and that session took like 12 minutes. I'm not sure how much we'll have going. And honestly, how much is going to be happening these next 2 days? I'm foraging around, picking stuff up, giving gifts now and then. See how much it costs to upgrade a house part. So I just need wood and stone for the big coop. Okay. I mean, we could get a horse, but not at the moment. Shed. Right, we also want a mill, but we need the cloth, so we need the sheep. Sheep! Sheep! We gotta go get sheep. Ah, sheep, 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 sheep. We gotta get them before 4. We're coming for you, sheepies! The pink sheep. The pink wave gamer sheep. You want that thingy. Let's go! Ooh. I don't know if we have that or not. Not too bad. You got it. Come on. Oh my god. Are we gonna make it? Will she be there though? Will she be there? We can buy. Oh god, the 8,000. We can buy sheep. Far too. Oh my god, they far too. That's hilarious. It's pinkish. Pink sheep. Pink sheep. We have pink sheep. Yay! Pink sheep's going to a new home. 1 more sheepy. This is going to be known as Weenie! Oh. Weenie is now Turian. Welcome, welcome. Oh my god, those names. Holy shit. How much is a pig? Holy crap! Pigs are expensive. What the hell? The market economy of this game. What the hell? I guess they give you more goods, so it makes sense, but what the hell? No one's broke, so let's just cut trees. I mean, these trees will grow back, so it's fine to cut them down. Deforest the forest. A-okay. Especially when we have so many trees on our farm. But yeah, with our new sheep... Oh, let's go inspect them. Go inspect the baby fork 2 and baby weenie. I mean, baby pink and baby Turian. Remember, guys, don't kill me. I didn't name them. The game named them. The game named them. fuck, that's hilarious. Oops. I don't mean to curse. Sorry, guys. Oh, God. Pink wave. It's a strange new world. Pink. Wait, I want Turian, though. That's pink. Turian! That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh, 1 second, guys. Hi, honey. Recording 1 second. Can I call you back, like, real quick? I'll call you back real quick, okay? Okay, love you. Okay, that was Ellie. So with that, I mean, we saw the 2 sheep. That is cute. Let's smelt up this iridium, or put this stuff away. And then we're gonna, I'm gonna cut this recording up a little bit, 'cause I'm gonna go have a cute little date night chat with Ellie. She says hello to everyone, by the way. Alright, let's put that away. Oh, I saw some bars on it. I like how we have a Mackie roll. You are gonna go wherever we keep the foods. Here you go. Ooh, nice. Big old green beans. Oh, stop. I don't want to pick up that. Why does it always pick up veggies? Green beans? Hops? No. Cauliflower. Yes. Oh god, lag. No. We're not eating the cauliflower. This should give us some money. And 3 gold cheeses should definitely give us quite a bit of money. I want to make a blue jazz seed. Oh, the laggy lag. But yeah, so that basically ends this day. No, not you. Boom. Thank you. And I will break up this recording really soon. Sorry, guys. And we'll be back with the next day, the 28th, the last day of the season. Should be interesting. Oh, the sheep.
Hey guys,
Okay,
Heuntz
it's
here, and
summer. The first day of summer, you guys. So
Well, okay.
we will
most like we're in the middle
need
of the
to clean
show. So,
out.
hi,
all
long time no see. This is the voiceover
our
Heuntz
stuff.
speaking to you all with wonderful history facts. So last time we did a voiceover because we really were going to be distracted in the caves. And you know what? I have a feeling this episode's going to be the exact same way. And I got positive feedback about this, so we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing the voiceovers when or if we need it, or it might just be like the staple. But
That's just
Today,
coffee. We have so
we
much coffee.
are talking about the Marquis de Lafayette.
So I think keeping these two here will be good.
What? Where? When? Well, you guys might already know. This episode is about the Revolutionary War, asked by the none other Turian Shepherd. Want to know a bit more facts of the Revolutionary War on the U.S. and British sides, but there's a reason we're starting with the Marquis de Lafayette. This guy was interesting. This guy was, Raise of hands. What were you doing on your 19th birthday? What were you doing on your 20th birthday? There's a reason I'm asking you this question. One of the most influential individuals in the American Revolution War. This is the war we're talking about. Not the government,
I want to do
not
with
the diplomacy going on, not the politics, the war effort itself.
Melons.
This is one of the most
hoping to be melons.
Influential individuals on both the U.S. and English side of the war. In fact, he would be one of the most influential of all major parties involved in the war. But let's get into it. Let's get into the Marquis de Lafayette.
We're gonna need a lot more.
Ready for his name? Grab your seats. This is a doozy. Marie Joseph Paul Yves Volk Gilbert de Motier Marquis de Lafayette. Yes, that is his name. Was born in 1757.
Sad.
Yeah, that is a name. That is a name. Why many times he just goes by Lafayette. Because, good lord, his name. Before his second birthday, his father, Michael de Lafayette, was killed at the Battle of Minden during the 7 Years' War. Yes, his father served on the French side.
Let's just go with...
obviously, during the 7 Years' War. Thus, Lafayette himself had a little bit of a grudge against the English. I mean, who wouldn't have a grudge against the individuals who killed his father? At the age of 12, his mother and grandfather passed away as well, and thus Lafayette was an orphan. On April 9th, 1771, at the age of 14, what were you guys doing at 14?
I think we
Lafayette entered the Royal Army.
Just in case, let's...
Yes. And at 16, he married Marie Adrienne François de Noailles,
should be good.
allying himself with one of the wealthiest families in France. Yeah, my pronunciation's shit, so you guys can just like yell at your screens right now.
So most of this,
walk out the door,
as a voiceover.
Scream at me all you want. My pronunciation of French names is shite. At a dinner on August 8th, 1775. Now this is basically the Revolutionary War has started. Now we know 1776 as being the main, like July 4th, 1776, the signing of the Declaration of Independence. But by 1775, there is discontent going. Well, we covered this before, but heavy discontent going on in the colonies, and this discontent was known throughout
So almost felt
the European political structure. Everyone knew England was having
7 melons left over.
And of course the French would definitely know because they just lost the 7 Years' War. Most of their territory was gone by the end of 1763, 1764. So it's like, what am I going to do? So at the dinner, Lafayette heard the Duke of Gloucester speak with sympathy of the ongoing struggle in the colonies. And thus, it begins. Lafayette made clandestine arrangements with Silas Deane, a liaison between the France and the colonies, to travel to America and join the revolutionary cause. Yes, the colonies had representatives before the signed Declaration of 1776 in France, Spain, some of the German empires, Russian courts, trying to get some allies to put pressure on England. And thus, he joins the revolutionary cause. He lands near Charleston, South Carolina on June 13th, 1777. This man was born in 1757. He's 19, going on 20 years old. He's serving in the American Revolution. He travels to Philadelphia, where he's commissioned a major general on July 31. He's a major general. 19, 20-year-old gentleman is a major general in the war. This reflects his wealth and noble social station, rather than years of battlefield experience. He got this commission because, hey, this guy's wealthy. Let's give him a commission because, hey, we need his money and his influence. And at 19, he was commissioned young general, was soon introduced to his commander-in-chief, General George Washington. And very soon afterwards, on September 11th, he was injured at the Battle of Brandywine, a very deadly battle of the Revolutionary War. I almost said Civil War. In December, he camped with Washington's army at Valley Forge, and this is where the great portrait of George Washington crossing the Delaware occurs, is at Valley Forge. Lafayette makes his renown. Now, before this occurs, Lafayette and General George Washington started a plan to invade Canada to try and relieve pressure on the American colonies front of the war. That plan never materializes, but this is where Lafayette gets his time of shame. Time of shine. His fame, his wonder. At the Battle of Monmouth on June 28th, 1778. So this is very soon after. Now, you might be thinking, well, the war ends in 1783. Yes, but the last major battle in the American colonies in the United States would be in 1779 with the Battle of Yorktown. Yes, and I think we've covered this a little bit, that the war would drag on for quite a while afterwards. But the Battle of Monmouth. This occurs at the Monmouth Courthouse in New Jersey. Lafayette is the star. In a way. The commanding officer was a man named Lee. His troops during the battle were in disarray and in retreat. This is against, of course, the British. Washington managed to rally the American troops and relieved Lee of his command. And thus, there is no major general. Now, major general is below general. Kind of sounds odd, because major, like, greater, but no. Washington puts Lafayette in command of these troops. These troops have retreated. They've lost the will to fight. But Lafayette commands the troops in a manner that salvages the defeat into a victory. Not the best victory. They have a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. Then the British managed to escape New York, but they escaped to New York, but lost almost all their footing in New Jersey, and suffered some heavy casualties, more than the Americans. Which is the big thing. Now, when you think of the Revolutionary War, think of this. Only about 30 to 35% of the colonists actually supported the revolution, while the majority supported the British and were loyalists. But out of that majority, many were neutral. They did not want to partake in any side. They did not want to fight. They did not want to contribute. They were like, this is rebels. Okay. You guys do you. Do not get us involved. And that was for many. But the British, they got a lot of loyalist troops, but their main purpose, main fighting power, and they thought it was at the time one of the best, was the Redcoats, the standing army of England, or the British Empire. They had to ship them over from England to fight. They had very few U.S. soldiers in the mix. They did have U.S. loyalists in the mix, but I mean in the mix of the professional army, the one that's going to do most of the fighting. So when the British lose casualties, they have to ship ship replacements from England to the United States. That takes time. That's costly. The resources involved in that. So the British losing a chunk of their military power while the Americans can basically bolster it from home ranks. That was a very big deal. And then on July 8th, the French fleet arrived under the command of Admiral d'Estaing, and Washington planned to use the French naval forces as a part of a coordinated attack on Long Newport, Rhode Island. He sent Greene and Lafayette with 3,000 troops to serve under the General Sullivan. The British and French navies attacked each other, they clashed, and by the time Lafayette got to him, the British had retreated. Well, no, the British attacked. Lafayette had to retreat because the French were taken away. The Navy was pushed back because a bad storm came through. Think of it as a hurricane. But Lafayette was instrumental in commanding U.S. troops. There's a 20-year-old commanding U.S. troops into successful situation, to victory, to bringing about defeat, to doing a successful withdrawal with very little casualties. And this is a man who doesn't have military experience. So he was very instrumental in the American Revolution. So thank you guys for the history. We'll get back to the program. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. That bird is super loud. So yeah, well, we just got our first day done, you guys. Didn't get all the planting I really wanted to do, but we got a good chunk in. You guys are happy and healthy. Very nice there. I'll come in and set these up at another time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week, or this Tuesday's episode of History Talk Forum. Don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe if you want to see more. And I know you definitely want to see more of this. And also, don't forget, if you have a history question, leave that in the comments down below so we can answer it. Or start to answer it. So this is all growing the corn. Some plum wine. And we'll sell the rest. And that's the ancient fruit growing, which is nice. It's going to grow for a while. Alright. Didn't put the hay back, but that. Oh, we never mind. We harvested the hay. Don't need to put it back, so we harvested it. Put the seeds back. So I have it as a little system going on. Hopefully it's well. You guys see we did change up our house just a little bit. But again, till next time, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful night, Foxen. Later. Ooh. Homesteader.